Good morning this Monday, the 27th of February. I'm Grady Ball for Market Analyst with Bell Direct. Well, the local market ended Friday's session 0.3% higher as a surge in tech stocks led the market rally, while every sector, aside from materials stocks, also finished the day in the green. The winning stocks from Friday's session were led by Bega Cheese, adding over 7.5% on the back of the company's first half results being released, while Brambles and Block Inc. each added over 7.4% and 5.8% respectively. On the losing end, Regis Resources fell almost 5% on Friday after releasing first half results and providing a mineral resource update on its Tropicana project. The most traded stocks by Bell Direct clients on Friday were AGL Energy, Pilbara Minerals and Core Lithium. For the week, the key index posted a 0.54% loss despite the utility sector gaining over 6%, buoyed by Origin Energy jumping over 15% on the back of receiving a revised takeover offer for $8.90 per share. Over in the US, Wall Street closed lower on Friday as yet another inflation-related report came in stronger than expected. Personal Consumption Expenditure Price Index, for the Fed's preferred measure of inflation in the US, jumped to 4.7% in January, which well exceeded expectations of a rise to 4.3%. The Dow Jones fell 1%, the S&P 500 also lost 1%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq slid 1.7% to wrap up Wall Street's worst week in 2023. Over in Europe on Friday, markets also closed lower in the region as investors assess the latest corporate earnings results in addition to economic data out of the US. Germany's DAX fell 1.72%, the French CAC lost 1.78%, and in the UK the FTSE 100 fell 0.37%. This week, Q4 GDP growth data in Australia is out on Wednesday, with consensus expecting a growth rate of 0.9%, up from 0.6% growth in Q3. If the figure does come in at 0.9%, it will make the fifth straight quarter of growth in the economy and a higher rise than in Q3, which may cause a market sell-off on Wednesday. Preliminary Australian retail sales data for January is also out this week in just over an hour today, with consensus expecting a rise of 1.2% following a 3.9% decline in December. Over in the US, several Federal Reserve officials will speak this week, giving clues into the size of the next rate hike announcement. So investors locally and globally will be keeping an eye out for these speeches this week, and we may see markets move accordingly post these speeches. On the commodities front this morning, oil is trading 1.23% higher at $76.23 a barrel. Gold is down 0.64% at $1,810 an ounce, and iron ore is trading 1.13% lower at $131.50 a tonne. The Australian dollar is buying 67 US cents, 91.81 Japanese yen, 56.04 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 9 cents. Ahead of the local trading session here in Australia, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX to open sharply lower amid the global sell-off that ended the last trading week on a sour note. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on Lake Resources following the formation of a pattern over a period of 19 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of 61 cents to the range of 87 to 93 cents, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And Trading Central has identified a bearish signal on Sandfire Resources following the formation of a pattern over a period of 73 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may fall from the close of $6.22 to the range of $4 to $4.40, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for this morning. Have a wonderful Monday and happy investing.